my hands are fat.
Yeah, well, I got the I got the fat hands too. You ever you ever be in line at the deli and you're waiting there and they got the reel and you put your hands down and then you realize the fat from your fingers starts to slouch and then the lady next to you, she's still holding up for her. I'm not gonna say that the age of this woman, but she was looking good. And she looks over and sees the fatty fingers, and you just say, I'm a drummer, or something like that. Something maybe she doesn't know that, but not a drummer, but I don't know. Maybe drummers get fat fingers and it makes them better. And she, it's like his muscle, and that never works. Thanks for clicking. You're listening to Time In with yours truly, Tommy Crenshaw. Ricardo Lungus just got the day off, and so I'm welcoming back a favorite of everyone's is Mr. Anthony North.
Hey, Tommy, it's great to be here. I appreciate it. We're thinking about you, Ricardo. I hope you're enjoying the sunshine out there. Maybe soaking in some rays. With the family, it's a well-deserved vacation.
Yeah, he's on a vacay. He wouldn't say where he went. He's very secretive about this stuff because, there was a time that, one time he told me where he was going to be. And so, I thought I'd surprise him. And I ordered a big cake and a woman to jump out of it, but I didn't realize it was his anniversary. And, at the time, his wife at the time didn't take kindly to it was 3 women jumping out of this thing. And one of them slipped on the icing and busted her lip. A tooth went through her lip and flew across the room. And it landed in a glass of champagne that his wife was about to drink. It was just, it's a moment where you just are silent. You don't know what else to do. You quietly leave the room. You leave a tip for the girls. And you just go back home and let them deal with the mess. And so he doesn't tell me anymore, like where he's going. So we hope he's enjoying the sunshine or the snow or wherever he's, maybe both. I mean, you go to Hawaii, you can go up and get in the snow up in the mountains where they got the sleddings and come down and enjoy like a nice pineapple drink and do the hula thing. Anyway, I don't want to get out into the weeds here, but we're coming off a great college football weekend. As we're recording this, the NFL games starting, going on, and we're going to focus right now on the college games because college does not have a Monday night game, nor should they ever. But they we'll deal with the NFL later after the Monday night game. But So Anthony, what are some games on Saturday that caught your eye?
Well, I mean, I started out with the shootout. They don't call it the shootout, for obvious reasons. But the Red River meeting of the Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners.
Oh, that was a good one.
Oh, that game was phenomenal. I haven't seen that many points in a football game in years.
No.
And I was watching the Arena League the other day, and it was 75-63. It was a real game, but nothing like what I saw. And I was impressed too. Lincoln Riley stood up to the Heisman quarterback.
Oh yeah,
and benched him.
Rattler.
The rattle.
Rattler guy.
The rattle had apparently someone hit him hard and the rattle fell off and he just wasn't himself anymore. He stopped caring. He stopped caring about the football. And I could see it in his eyes.
Yeah, you cut off the rattlesnake. They go into depression.
They do. They do. And Bevo was hungry. He was looking for a snack. And I got scared for him. I mean, Oklahoma was behind. Three touchdowns?
Well, going in the first quarter, they were down by like 2 or something, and but that's when the trouble started happening because he didn't look himself. But then he started playing poorly, and I used to thought the rattlesnakes, like I know they scare horses, but I don't know. I guess they think the Longhorns are scared of. I don't know if the bulls, the cows, or like the horses. If a cow sees a snake. Is that what they do with the bull riding stuff? To make them jump up and down, put some snakes down there, some rubber snakes, and throw them at the faces, and like slap them with them and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of, I'm not saying that's kind of inhumane, but it's not like they do in other countries where they stab them in the face and make them run through the streets. No offense to that country, but I'm getting in the weeds here, there, pal. He started playing poorly, and this guy was on the short list of Heisman going into the season. They bring him the backup, and this guy's no scrub. Caleb Williams. Proved he could throw, but not just that. His first play was a run play. It goes for like 66 yards. Takes it to the house. And this is good. This is in the covered wagon. When they come out with the covered wagons and circle around the stadium, everybody's like, "This is not intimidating at all."
Boomer Sooner. Yeah. I see it every day. Every day. They're always out in the street practicing.
They do that. They tie up the traffic. People hate that there. The covered wagon. Like you're playing Oregon Trail. Not bad.
You would think they're trying to feed the oxen. I mean, I got a yoke oxen here. They're hungry, and we're just looking for the general feed store. I don't understand it. I'm not. I've visited Oklahoma, and it's not a place I want to go back to.
No, Oklahoma's a great state. I disagree with you there. You got the Arbuckle Mountains. You got. You got some other cool stuff there too. The brick town. That is what they call the Oklahoma City. They got the Thunder, the team that can't keep All-Stars. They got some good things up there. So it's a good state.
I mean, everyone left. I mean, that's the story of Oklahoma. You visit once and you never come back.
No, people are going there. You got the Chesapeake Energy Company went there. They went from Virginia. Anyway, we're getting into the weeds here again. Caleb Williams, takes it to the house. He's got the speed, goes in, and some way, they got to put Rattlesnake back in, and they put Rattlesnake back in, and he gets a few good plays. He's doing all right, but then all of a sudden, I think it's like a snake, like he realizes that maybe he doesn't have hands. The snakes don't have them, and so then the ball flies out, strips it out, and then Texas back in the game, and then he's on the pine, and they bring back Williams in, and they end up, which was final score was 55-48. So Oklahoma came and said, "Not in our house. Guess what? We are a future SEC team, and Texas, you might be getting Arch Manning in a few years, but you don't have him now. So we're gonna show you who's boss." And Oklahoma. I mean, they're going to make. I mean, what do you right now? You got Georgia's going to be the best team because Alabama takes a loss. But Georgia's number one. Oklahoma's going to fly up there. So let's talk about the Alabama game. You've spent a lot of time in that state. I think. So what's going on there? I think Feinbaum, the local regional guy, and the Gould character. I think their heads are spinning off their necks.
Oh, people are shocked. They expected a lot more out of Alabama. I mean, people have been saying for years Alabama's undefeated. They're going to go on and probably win another national championship. Nick Saban is a god, and he's undefeated against former assistant coaches. But Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo had a plan. He said in the preseason, it's time. He reminded us, Saturday night, Jimbo Fisher is the best offensive coach in college football. Second, possibly Lane Kiffin on the list.
Yeah.
But nobody can do more with less than Jimbo Fisher.
Oh, that's good. That's a good. You threw in the Les Miles reference there. I think so too. I mean, I think this is the what is Padme? What's the reference of the Star Cruiser movies? I never got. I'm sorry. I know I'm upsetting a lot of people. I mix these things up. I'm not a science fiction I'm an old school guy. I like my westerns. And I like talking animal movies and stuff like that.
Good John Wayne movies.
Yeah, definitely. John Wayne should have been with a talking animal. That would be a great movie. If he had like a talking animal and they went into in the Old West and a shooting up, and the animal had guns, and John saved John Wayne's life. And we ignore all the racist stuff he said. But yeah, I don't want to throw somebody on the bus who's not around to defend themselves. Sorry. So we're getting into the weeds here now. I'm trying to say the Star Search movies where you had the older the Jeddins taught the master taught the student. I mean, that's all I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to be, my niece is trying to get me up to speed on these things to sound more relevant. But yeah, so this is the master and the student, right? And so the student is Jimbo. I mean, they were together at LSU some years ago, and that was a great combination. And then Jimbo goes off to Florida State, and then there's some allegations about students really not making the grades. Body doubles coming in and taking a test for them and stuff like that, like a Disney movie. You don't know which twin is the good one or the bad one. That's what you just recruit a bunch of twins. You make one study all night and get the other one to play college football. But so he leaves that situation because guaranteed $75 million over 10 years. He's only 2-3 years into it, something like that. And the thing is he beat the master. That's all I'm trying to say. Roundabout way, and that's impressive. It was a 3-point a field goal at the end of the game, and that's how Saban used to win games. I mean, it's a Bill Belichick thing. You just wear them down, you find a place to exploit them, and that's what Jimbo did.
Oh yeah, Jimbo took advantage. I mean, Alabama's lost so many players to the NFL. It's ridiculous. If they somehow had a better university, maybe added a few more amenities, maybe these players would stick around. The money can come. They've got their NIL deal. They can get a hamburger anywhere they like for free. There's a lot of benefits to playing at Alabama. I'm sure they. I don't know if they do much in the education world, but the players say they graduate. 4.0 GPA is what they said. Mac Jones came out with. This seems a little fishy to me. That's a little fishy. I'll tell you what I enjoyed watching last night.
What's that?
And that was the Gypsy King. The Gypsy King coming out.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's just finish up the college here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here, pal. So also with the Iowa, which beat Penn State, which was a well played game. A lot of people saying that Penn State was going to go in there and manhandle them, and saying that Iowa was not ranked or should not be ranked as high. I'll be honest with you. I think. I was feeling that I was going to win that game, but I thought they were overranked. I'll be honest with you. I mean, Iowa still got some games to prove, but and then also the LSU laying an egg. I thought LSU was going to dare to fight. I thought they could have won that game, but no, they didn't show up there. Now Coach O is going to be on the hot seat. Who just a couple of years ago wins a championship. Got Joe Burrow, kind of fell into his lap, but then he had Joe Brady. Who is at Carolina Panthers now? Who's doing a good job. So Coach O is who's going to land in that spot. A lot of speculation. It's an SEC spot, so you've got rumors of like the Liberty guy, Hugh Freeze, who is the former Ole Miss guy, that he might come, but he's getting paid over there. I know Liberty's winning some games, trying to make a program, but it's not an SEC school. I mean, that's just. He's ripe for the picking. And, the Iowa guy, I keep forgetting his name. I call him the Iowa guy. But,
Kirk Ferentz. Yeah.
Right. And then Pete Golding might be going from Alabama as defense coordinator after what happened. LSU might gobble him up because he's a Louisiana guy. There's lots of possibilities. But
there are. And Kirk Ferentz, I mean, he's a dedicated guy. Pete Golding would fit right in. Kirk Ferentz takes a vacation to his backyard. He loves Iowa. He loves corn. He loves pretty much anything you can do. In the backyard is what Kirk Ferentz does. And Pete Golding's that kind of guy. Alabama's a big time job. There's a lot of pressure. The Iowa Hawkeyes. That's a conference that I think Pete Golding should consider. Now think about Penn State's offense. Penn State on one drive, 3 false starts in a row.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
They move the ball backward. They are a complementary football team. They complement the other team. They look at ways they can make that team feel better. Sometimes the game's close, and Penn State does the right thing, and they walk backwards. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, you got to play Pete Golding. This guy had to coach against Ole Miss. This guy had to coach against Florida. You don't have to worry about that when you're coaching at Iowa. So I think Pete Golding needs to go. He needs to look at moving north. He's had a good run here, but I think the time's come.
Yeah, and that's good, and I think that's going to conclude a roundup of a college game, the college games, because there's a few other games. No one cared about the Utah USC game. The USC is just waiting right now for somebody to leave their post at Jacksonville. Let's just put it to you that way. That's the writings on the cave walls, whatever the hieroglyphics,
I'm excited. I'm excited for the first NFL football game where the team does not know where the head coach is.
Yeah, it's like
they come out of the tunnel and they look around and they're like, they call out everyone by name and they say you're coach of your Jacksonville Jaguars, and long silence. They look around and they're like, wait, is that Sir Purr? Sir Purr is the head coach. Sir Purr is our new head coach. You don't know who's on the inside. It's a surprise. We're going to let you know at the end of the season. He's going to come out. He's going to jump from the top row of the stadium, AEW style. Tony Khan has big news. He'll be sharing it soon. But we're all excited to see what happens.
Yeah, the Duval thing, man. The Duval is falling like a crumbling brick wall. Trying to rhyme here, but that obviously it didn't work so well. So he's like be like the Where's Waldo or whatever they call it in England. They call it like Where's Wacky Willie or something like that. But you got a page and it's a plane full of your players, and you're looking for the coach, and then he's not there, but you turn the page and there's a bar, and he's amongst like the 100 patrons, and you just gotta look for where all the girls are like, hanging around. The pretty girls and stuff like that, and anyway,
you search the Venmo app and you're like, there's like a lot of people are getting paid. A lot of young women are.
Whoa! No! Come on,
that's how you know.
No. We're getting into a bad area. No, we're not suggesting anything like this happen. Yeah, and that's the end of the game. Thanks for listening to Time In, TTFN.